If this is your first time here, I'm Sarah, and I help people unlock their inner happiness through fitness and spirituality. And every Friday moving forward, when you see a video pop up for me, it's gonna be something based on food, a drink, recipes, ingredients, anything like that. So today I wanna talk about an ingredient called allulose. It's not new per se, but it's one of the newer sugars that are kind of out there. And so I am going to take you through a recipe that uses it. They're delicious. They're called blueberry pancakes, and it's by this company here, Good D's, and they're delicious. I love this brand. They have a bajillion things. So I just want to kind of talk to you guys a little bit about you know, why is dieting so hard? I'm sure if you're watching this video, you've probably tried a diet at some point in your life. Honestly, I don't even really like using that term diet, just because eating healthy and eating well really has to come down to your lifestyle. And we'll get into that in another video, but basically I want to talk about my personal journey with dieting. So I've been on this journey for close to a decade, about 9 years now, where I've been really experimenting with foods, how they affect my body, how they make me feel, obviously pertaining to fat loss, not necessarily weight loss, but fat loss. And it's hard, you know, like I'm right there with you guys. It has taken me so long. I've gone through so many different diets, and honestly, I'm still trying to figure out what exactly works for me all the time. And I think that's kind of the thing with dieting and food, is that you're never going to be 100% on track all the time. And I'm sure there are some few in between people out there that really can follow a crazy strict diet, but for me, that's just not realistic. So we all have our biggest downfalls. We all have the foods that we really love that we know we shouldn't eat. And the personal one for mine, if you've been following my journey, whether it was here on YouTube or Instagram, before my last account got hacked, although I do have a new account, you know, here now, is sugar. I have a huge sweet tooth. I love sugar. I love anything sweet, and it's always been an issue of mine. And I'm still kind of trying to figure out how to tame it. So how is it that I solve my issue and my personal downfall with dieting with sugar? I find alternatives. And you know, I would say, pertaining to my personal diet, the best thing for anyone to be doing is to be eating whole, nutritionally dense foods. That's really the goal. However, is it realistic? Maybe for a lot of people, like people that, you know, eat super strict paleo, eat vegan, you know, vegetarian. I mean, it's just so, there are just so many different options out there. But for me, I mean, I tend to probably eat about, realistically, 70% whole foods. I eat about 20% of these alternative type foods, and 10% just straight unhealthy, because I'm human and we're all human, and it's okay to eat a little dirty. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you guys that I eat this perfect diet. You know, that's something I really don't agree with in the fitness industry out there, is people that are taunting that they eat these perfect diets. They never eat sugar, they never eat pizza, they never eat tacos, they never drink alcohol. And like I said, this doesn't fit to everyone, but for the majority of us, I mean, we're not going to be sitting there and eating raw whole foods 24/7. It's just not realistic, and I'm not gonna get on here and tell you guys that I do, because I don't. So I want to share with you guys the way I do things, the way I get through my journey and try to stay lean mostly year round. I give myself a little bit of a leeway during the holidays, but that's really it. Otherwise, I'm really trying to find these alternatives and making it fun to eat healthy, because I've done the whole chicken, rice, vegetable thing, and it's miserable. It just is. And then who doesn't want pancakes? I mean, maybe there's some people out there that don't like pancakes, but I do. There are a lot of sugar alternatives out there. A lot of them are very cut and dry on what's healthy, what's not healthy. I would hope by now that most people realize that sugar alcohols are pretty unhealthy for you. There are a lot of chemicals. They have a lot of side effects. Like if you've ever eaten something that's labeled as sugar-free, you'll find that you're not feeling too hot. You can only eat a certain amount. You're feeling gassy and bloated and your stomach's all messed up. And I've been there way too many times to count. And so my goal is essentially to find these more whole sugars that are natural, such as stevia or coconut sugar, or in this case, allulose. You know, with it being a newer sugar that's out there, or at least now being put into products, it's still something that hasn't had a ton of research done on it, but there's enough information out there for you to make your own, you know, best decision. What's really cool about allulose is it has about 70-ish% of the sweetness of regular white sugar that you're probably used to eating, but it only has about 30% of the calories. What's cool about allulose is that it doesn't get metabolized in your body. For the most part, you just pee it out. What's cool about it is it doesn't raise your insulin levels just like a lot of other sugar alcohols do, like sucralose and fructose and all that kind of stuff. So in that sense, it's really good for people that are doing a low carb or a keto type diet. Allulose is one of those things, just like fiber, where you can subtract it from your total net carbs to get your net carbs. I'll do tons of videos on all that stuff. We'll talk about net carbs. We'll talk about maltol, which is one of those sugar alcohols that's in a lot of these sugar-free foods. But for right now, I just want to focus on this recipe. So now that you know a little bit about allulose, this is just kind of like a little quick shot of it. Let me know whatever questions you do have about it. I mean, obviously you can do your own research on here. I'm just kind of here to put out a little recipe for you. And yeah, we'll just kind of get into it, and I hope you enjoy these pancakes, and I will see you there. Okay, so here we've got the actual brand. You're looking at about 45 calories per pancake, 2 grams of net carbs, 1 gram of protein, and 1 gram of fat. We're gonna start off with 1/4 cup of the mix, so this is for about 4 pancakes. We're gonna add in 1 tablespoon of coconut oil, or whatever the oil is of your choice. And then we're pretty much just gonna mix everything together. Here we just have 1 egg. Of course, all of this doubles if you wanna make more than 4 pancakes. Moving on, we're gonna also do a tablespoon of, you can do milk. I just used water because I didn't have any almond milk with me. And then all you're gonna do is mix it all together, as you see me doing here. Looks kind of weird in here. Those are freeze-dried blueberries. And then we are just going to throw them on the skillet, usually on like a medium-ish type heat. You just want to make sure they don't get too burnt. And then finally, we add some sugar-free pancake syrup. Now just keep in mind, there are chemicals in this, but it's delicious. And there you have it, a low-carb blueberry pancake recipe. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you try this recipe. This video is not sponsored at all. I would love to be sponsored by them. But I just wanted to share with you guys, the different recipes and alternatives that I use to get my sweet tooth, going, to keep my diet mixed up, so I'm not eating the same thing over and over again. So if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Share it with someone that might, find it helpful, whether you know someone that's diabetic or on keto, or just in general going low carbs and trying to watch their sugars. So drop in the comments if you guys want to see more videos like this. If you want to see any specific ingredient breakdowns, I can definitely get way more into it. This video is more so about showing you guys the recipe, but if you guys want me to sit down and look at an ingredient, I'll do some research and post a video, let me know. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another Foodie Friday with me. And don't forget, be limitlessly yourself.